Hello. I promise I'm gonna make this video short because I need to start not talking for 58 minutes every time I want to make a video. There can be short videos, Vanessa, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know about what happened to me these past couple days. Yesterday was a little bit rough at work with my mom here at home. She recently, a few days ago, fell. Thank goodness nothing broke. She didn't break anything. But she got bruised up, and that did not help her health. She has arthritis, so that obviously doesn't help either. From COVID, she's still weak. That doesn't help either. And obviously the whole depression situation from all that's happening, right? So yesterday she had a doctor's appointment, and she told the doctor, it was a virtual one, and she told, the doctor asked her, so how are you feeling? How's everything going? And she went into detail about all her symptoms and what she's feeling. And she's like, I feel weak. Everything else, physically I'm fine, other than bruised up because I fell a few days ago. But I don't believe I broke anything or have any problem from that. So I'm slowly getting better. My knees are bruised up, and at the beginning I couldn't really walk super well. I shoveled, but right now it's getting better. As far as emotional, that's another story. She said to the doctor, she said, I am very sad. I feel like I'm not strong enough. I feel like I basically lost everything, and I am lost right now. She's already taking some medication to sleep. That is a benzodiazepine, which is a very extremely strong medication with extreme side effects, and does create dependence. So the doctor said, well, how about we add an antidepressant medication on top of that? And I decided to tell the doctor, well, hang on one second, let me just talk to her. Maybe we can come up with an option before medicating or adding medication. Maybe we can just look for some psychological help first, and then if that doesn't help, maybe we can consider medication. And she agreed. She said, okay, well, I'm here, and call me. I'll follow up with her in 4 weeks and see what we can do. So we did that, and I felt like she just needed to talk, and she wasn't letting herself feel, and that's the big problem. When we hung up the call, I asked her if she wanted to talk, and she just started crying, saying that she wants to be strong. She doesn't feel like it, but she wants to be strong, and she basically is refusing to cry. She said, I do not want to cry. I want to be strong. I don't want to walk by your dad's bedroom and crumble down, so I'm not even looking that way when I walk by. I don't want you to see me fall apart. I don't want my little girls to see me fall apart. So I'm just staying strong, but it's very hard. So I just grabbed her hand and looked at her and said, you know what? I don't think that's being strong. Although your intentions are good, I guess, you're not doing yourself any favor. You're getting all your energy stuck here in your heart. You're holding your emotions here and here, right? Your inner child. And you're basically unconsciously throwing a fit. You need to open up. You need to feel. You need to allow yourself to feel. And the energy needs to flow from top to bottom. If you need a good cry, you just go ahead and cry. If you need to scream, you go ahead and scream. If you need to call the universe out, you go ahead and do that. Nobody's gonna punish you for that. It's necessary that you process this as a human because you're a human. And we come to this world to feel, to experience, to learn. And if you refuse to do any of those three, you're failing the test, right? So I told her that we were here to hold her, to catch her when she felt like falling. But essentially what she is, she's scared of feeling worse than what she is right now. She's, in her words, I'm scared of falling apart. Well, you're already in a million pieces on the floor. There's no lower than this rock bottom. You are already at the rock bottom. From here, if you let yourself feel, if you allow energy to be processed, you're only jumping upwards to get out of the hole. Even though you feel like you may go deeper and lower, you won't. This is the lower you're gonna get because you're stuck. Because you're already feeling the worst. You feel alone, you feel cold, you feel all the pain because you're not processing it. You're holding on to it. What is more painful than that? Nothing. If you process the feels, if you actually allow yourself to feel, you will eventually heal. Not time, you processing it. And she did. She went upstairs. I guess she had a good cry because her eyes were like this big this morning. Obviously, it affects me. Obviously, seeing her like that takes a toll on me. Obviously, talking and being a channel from, up above to get to her heart takes some energy. I gladly do it. That's what I'm here for. But it takes a little toll. So I remained stuck for the rest of the day, and it reflected at work. It reflected with poor Brian. I was at work and I was crying, and my boss was irritated at me, and I was just feeling defeated in every aspect of my life. And here comes Brian with 2 bouquets of roses and packages with a big smile, and I just broke down crying because he's the cutest thing honestly, and he is just trying to make me smile. He's just trying to make me happy, and my mom. And he catches me all the time, every day. He asked me what was wrong, and I exploded on the poor guy, and I told him that I was failing in every aspect of my life, and I blah 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 blah. And he just told me that I'm not, that everything was going to be okay. And he even said words my dad would say. And that obviously made me feel a lot better. But, you know, still very sensitive in that aspect. So I threw a bigger fit. And I wanted to change everything and grab my office and put it in the playroom, Danny's playroom, and the Danny's playroom, put it in my office, and just, I wanted to run away. I wanted to go hide in a little hole. I just wanted to literally run away. Far, far away. To what? I don't know. From what? I don't know. My pain. Because I was not processing it, right? So I'm the one telling my mom what she needs to do, and I'm the one stuck. So I told him that I needed to change something, and he graciously just nodded and said, okay, I'll help you. I'm like, no, you can't help me, blah, 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 blah. I was trying to hit a fit. And he took it, and he was like, I'll help you. And then my mom came downstairs and saw me all upset and joined the helping, and we changed things around here in my office so that I could actually hang out with my mom while I'm working. We brought in a little couch and turned the other computer into a little TV for her, and brought a little dinner table, a little tiny TV dinner table, so she could have breakfast with me every morning here while I'm working. Those little things make me so happy in a challenging time, and allows my energy to flow, allows me to process things. And here's the funny part. 2 days ago, so the day before yesterday, that night, I closed my eyes to go to bed. I was in bed. Everybody was sleeping. I closed my eyes. And I was in that state, the theta state that I was talking about in past videos, where we are the most sensitive to receive messages from our guides, angels, God, the other side. And I was in between sleeping and awake. I was still more awake than sleeping. And I heard a woman's voice, very sweet woman's voice, clear as day. I heard it with my ears. It wasn't in my head. With my ears. And this lady said, Shaw. Just like that. And I was like, whoa. And I opened my eyes and I looked over to where it came from, because it came from a specific place in our bedroom. And I looked over, and obviously there was nobody. And I was like, I heard you. Who are you? It didn't inspire any fear or any nervousness, nothing. It was very calm and it wasn't scary at all. So I asked her, I said, are you my guide? Because I've been asking my guide to manifest him, herself, and to give me their names. And I said, if you are my guide, and if that was your name, and I thought, I'm gonna put it a little hard for you. And I said, I remember saying, if you're my guide and that's your name, please show me a yellow bird. Granted, Pennsylvania, middle of the winter, there's no yellow birds outside. But I said, just show me a yellow bird. And I'm open to whatever shape or form you would like to show me a yellow bird. And that was it. And I let go and I went to sleep, and then that was it. So yesterday, hard day with my mom at work, internally. But Brian came to the rescue and made our days much better. And at the end, it was a lot better. I realized I was stuck in that energy was stuck, and a friend of mine sent me a very sweet song. I forget what it's called, but it's Lady, a singer, and it basically says that she's jealous of the angels because her loved one is up in heaven with them. Well, I didn't realize, or maybe didn't want to realize, that I needed a good old ugly fucked up cry. And I opened the door in the entertainment center where there is an awesome Redskins urn with my superhero, and I ugly cried. Just that shit. And I didn't realize anybody was around me until all of a sudden I feel sweet arms around me. And I turned, I stood there and I felt these arms, loving arms around me. And I held the arms and I realized there were 12-year-old arms. So I kissed her, we went upstairs, and then when I went to bed, I started thinking, when Brian came home with the bouquet of roses for me and then one for my mom, he also had some packages under his arms, and he put the roses down and then grabbed one and said, "Here, there's a Zulily box that was outside. I tend to order stuff from Zulily. And then there was a calendar, and he showed it to me, and he said, "Look, I know your mom loves calendars, and I know your mom loves birds." And he turned it around, and there it was, a yellow bird for one of the months. So, yeah, there's miracles happening amongst the challenging times. I remain thankful. I try to. Sometimes it's hard, but sometimes it comes quite natural. Mainly when I look at in the eyes of the people around me. Obviously, the people who live here with me, but also around me outside of my house. It makes me so happy that there's people out there that have reached out to talk to me about all these things, and that through these messages, through these videos, they have opened up and been able to process their own struggles. That makes me happy. Like, I'm not here to make money, obviously. That's why I have a full-time job. But this makes me happy. This makes me not eat ice cream instead. This doesn't have any calories and actually fulfills me. So that's the story for today. Yay, it wasn't 56 minutes. Thank you for listening. I love you.